Sniper Elite Gym, the series where you can literally snipe another man's testicles off,
Famously, yeah.
is coming back. And you can still snipe the testicles off, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah,
because I know you were into that, weren't you?
I was well into sniping the balls off, mate.
It's well gory now, though, Jim.
Yeah.
The X-ray kill cams, which people love.
Yeah.
They're back, but they've got 2 more of them. There's now also what they call a shrapnel X-ray kill cam.
Right, okay.
Where you can blow things up in the environment and you can watch like an explosive barrel.
Yeah.
And you can watch fragments of that just go into other people's bodies.
Oh my God.
Which is gloriously violent.
Yeah.
And also melee X-ray kill cams where you can punch someone in the face and watch their nose just like shatter into pieces.
It's fucking gruesome, isn't it?
It's vicious, Jim.
It's just a series for people who like seeing horrible things happen to the human body.
Yeah.
I liked Sniper Elite 3 quite a lot.
You did, yeah.
It was a good game.
I don't think the setting was as interesting as 2, though. Maybe that was a personal thing. But the setting of 4 interests me much more than 3 of them.
Where is the setting?
So this is set in Italy, 1943.
Okay.
So obviously it is wartime, but it's not war-torn. War hasn't quite reached Italy at that stage. So it's being occupied, but it's not destroyed. So the buildings are still there.
Yeah.
And they're going for a more... I saw an area called, I think it's called Batanti Village, which is like a little fishing village, a little harbour, which is what you're seeing in the footage now. Now, this is apparently the smallest map in the game, but they say it's roughly around 3 times larger than the biggest map in Sniper Elite 3. So they're dropping last-gen consoles for this, which has allowed them to really push it a little bit more. This is the first game that is exclusively current-gen.
I didn't even realise Sniper Elite 3 was out.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And yeah, they're going for a much more emergent type gameplay. So the easiest way to describe it is it's a big sandbox mission, like Hitman, say.
Yeah.
It's not open world, but there is an element of Metal Gear Solid 5 in it. It's really weird. It's like Metal Gear 5 meets Hitman. Right. It's not a big open world. It is just a square box. We have to sort of emphasise that. But the AI in it, they kind of do their own thing. You might stumble upon Nazis having a firefight with resistance fighters in Italy and things like that, which is kind of cool. And I don't know how much of an impact that's actually going to make on the final game.
Yeah.
You might just stumble across a bunch of dead bodies when you're playing the game, wonder, well, what has happened here?
Oh, man, that's quite cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. So I think that's where the kind of Metal Gear 5 influence comes in a little bit. They didn't openly say it's influenced by Metal Gear 5. That's my take on it. I don't know if this was in 3, Jim, but they've got destructible stuff in the environments now. So you say there's a beam that's holding up a balcony ledge. You can shoot that beam out. Yeah. And it will do all its slow-mo bullet stuff that it always did. But it will take that balcony out as well. And obviously if there's an enemy walking across it at the top, you'll take him out at the same time. So they've got a certain amount of destructibility in the environment. You're not going to go around blowing up buildings and things like that. But the shooting system itself, one of the things that sniping games... And I can't remember if this applied to Sniper Elite 3 or not. It certainly applied to Ghost Warrior, is that when you fired a shot and you didn't do it particularly stealthily... People would know, the AI would instantly know your location and would know where to find you. And the entire map would be set on red alert, essentially.
Okay.
They're trying to avoid this in Sniper Elite 4.
Okay.
So they're working on what they're calling a new triangulation system where you fire a shot, people will hear the shot, they won't know exactly where it's coming from. They'll know the direction, just like the human body works. You'll know, well, that came from over there.
Yeah.
The more you fire, the more chance you are of being exposed because they will start to work out where you are.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more natural. It was a lot more realistic.
It sounds like maybe a more sophisticated version of what happened in Sniper Elite 3. It wasn't that like every soldier in the map would then zero in on you. Like there would be a bit of a search party and you could easily kind of move.
The AI will also hear explosions. So if you blow up an explosive barrel, they will hear that barrel blow up.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And obviously there's ways, like in the old one, to mask your shots. Do you remember? It looked like a radar, but it wasn't. It was like an audio beacon that showed when you could really mask your shots. That's still in there.
When you had generators that kept making noises and stuff.
Yeah. You'll know what to expect if you've played Sniper Elite. It's just bigger and better now.
In nice sunny Italy.
It looks nice. The footage perhaps looks a bit compressed, but when you see it in person, I thought it looked quite nice. It's not...
Yeah. This is pre-alpha footage we've got, and it demonstrates what you're going to be getting up to. The kind of locations you can expect. But
at this stage, it's still a little rough. The animations aren't quite there, rough, but it's still pretty early.
You sat there and watched somebody play it. Did it look nice or...?
It didn't look a huge step up from 3. I think the advancement comes in like the scope, the scale of the actual maps rather than an actual visual overall. I saw a map that we can't actually see here. It's not in the footage. It was a forest map full of foliage, and that's another thing. You can now creep in the foliage and you know, full of trees, and the lighting was really nice, the way that the light sort of cut through the forest. And I think environments like that really do show it a little bit more perhaps in terms of what the engine can do. It's not a brand new engine. They've just overhauled the previous engine. So they work on their own tech, essentially, and just upgrade it all the time. Okay. I think it looks nice. I don't think it's one of the better looking games on current gen, but I think it looks good. I don't think you'd be disappointed by it.
I don't think Sniper Elite 3 looked bad. It just certainly wasn't as polished as other things that were coming out at the time. But, you know, Sniper Elite 3 was a bit of a diamond in the rough. I think most people in here enjoyed it. And
there's a sort of simple, sick thrill out of just sniping someone's balls off.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it was just, I mean, a lot of people get frustrated with the kill cams because they are quite frequent in Sniper Elite. But, I mean, I think for me, that's kind of like, it's the satisfaction of just seeing, even when you don't even get a ball shot, you know, even just the satisfaction of the bullet going through a Nazi's skull is great.
You look at the X-ray in some of the footage now, there's one where there's like an intestine shot and,
The shrapnel X-ray kills that you mentioned earlier, there's one bit of the footage we have where, you know, you can see like bits of metal and a spanner sticking out of the guy's arm as he goes down. It's really, really gruesome.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. There's that kind of primal, kind of visceral thrill of just sort of killing dudes in a very detailed and But yeah, I'm looking forward to Sniper Elite 4.
I am as well.
The Sniper Elite games have been a bit hit and miss over the years, but generally I think that they've got that one mechanic nailed, and however good the rest of it is a bonus.